Good evening, friends. This is Sanjay Agrawal. I'm joined with Kavita Devgan, and as today we are in the event at the press club, this is the Mind Diaries. Susima Kumarji is there. They're celebrating their first anniversary. We just cut the cake. So Kavita ji is she's written a lot of books. I heard on immunity and so many other things, and then she's also talking about junk food, and there's fast food, and there's so many things. And our society over the years, earlier the mothers used to cook for us. Now the working women culture, the work like men are working, so the children are left at home with the maids. So they're not actually cooking for them. The mothers are not cooking. So over to you, ma'am. You would like to tell about your journey. How did you start and everything else,
Yeah.
whatever you want to share, ma'am.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for this opportunity. I am a dietitian, a
Yes.
practicing consultant, weight management consultant, and I write as well. So I write mostly on health, and I've written for almost every media in the country, and I've written 6 books. So the last one, actually, the one which came out in April this year, is called 500 Recipes, and that is exactly what you are talking about, not cooking at home. So that book came out of that initiative or mindset of mine, that we need to go back to eating home cooked food, because just making this one change, eating more of the home cooked food and less of the food from outside, we can safeguard our health. I mean, I believe in it very strongly. So which is why I wrote this book, so give you people recipes. People think cooking is tough. It's not. People think healthy food is boring. It is not. Healthy food can be tasty, can be not boring, exciting. So these recipes have a simple funda behind them. They are recipes that are easy to cook, because that no one has the time, like you rightly said, these days to cook elaborate meals. They are healthy. And they're tasty, because I believe that unless the food which is healthy is tasty, it's not sustainable. So the idea is that if you're cooking maybe like one meal only at home these days, maybe you can get to cooking 2 meals a day and slowly move to 3 meals a day. If you're not cooking at all, then too, people who have never cooked at all, then too, this book has recipes that are so easy to cook that anyone can cook them. It's like that. Another big feature of this book, why I've done this deliberately, is that I have segregated chapters by foods. So it's not like a recipe book where you're trying to find a recipe and trying to decide what to make. So like if there's a chapter on chickpeas, then that recipe, it has recipes only of chickpeas.
Right.
If there is a chapter on egg, it has recipes only on eggs.
So it's a
Fish,
vegan and non-vegan.
it has recipes on fish. Rice or grains, it has recipes like that. Then there are snacks, chapters on snacks, there are chapters on sweets, meetha. So everything is covered. So that, for example, you get home today and in your fridge you only have cauliflower. So you only open that chapter,
Yes.
and you take out a recipe from
Right.
there and you cook. So then you won't have an excuse of, because you don't have the ingredients, you won't cook. You won't have the excuse to just pick up the phone and order.
Right.
Because you have a recipe there which will take 5 minutes or 10 minutes or maybe maximum 15 minutes to make. You have the ingredients. So while you're relaxing, it'll be made quicker than the delivery
Yes.
reaching.
That is what exactly
That is the
we
whole
wanted to
idea.
convey.
Yeah.
That is what I tell my friends. When my friends tell me that why don't you order a parcel food,
Yeah.
a tiffin. So I said, if the time I'll go to the kitchen and I'll cook, so it'll be healthy food. Another thing about spices we've left out. So but spices, if you want to say something, like what all spices our grandmothers or mothers, so.
Yeah. So spices are the easiest way to add health. They're the easiest way to add taste. Of course, we all know that. But every spice has something good going for it. I did touch upon turmeric when I was talking. So turmeric is anti-inflammatory. It is a food that makes you happy. It's immunity boosting. Cinnamon, for example, is a brilliant spice to keep your sugar levels stable. Every spice has something going for it, including or adding spices in your diet as required. I won't say go extra liberal, but as required is one of the easiest way to actually improve the health quotient of our food.
Yeah, because when you were talking in today's your panel discussion, you were talking about giving oxygen, to means by food. So then I thought spices is one thing where we need to add it.
Yes, absolutely.
Like even in tea, if you're adding certain spices, does it?
Yeah. So tea is as it is good for us. So maybe like 2 cups of tea is good for us, but we can always make a good thing better. So you can make your cup of chai stronger, healthier by adding the right spices to it.
And you said dairy products when
Yeah.
I was asking you. So dairy products are not no.
No.
So
They're
milk
not.
is
Yeah.
with tea is,
Yeah,
fine.
absolutely. Unless you don't overdo, right? And if you're lactose intolerant, obviously you can't have dairy. But if you're not lactose intolerant, having dairy products is the easiest way to add protein and calcium in our diet and multiple other nutrients that our body lacks. If it is not suiting you for some reason, then most definitely you need to avoid it. And another important thing is, people say that milk is not good, but then the way you source food carefully for other things, you need to source your milk also right. It's the same rule. So why segregate dairy and say that wrong, getting poor milk, so we should not have it? Try to source it right, but do not just give it up just because everyone is saying you need to.
I think that's nice, and we'll just sum it up because we have people waiting today for you. So about juices.
Yeah.
So fresh juices, and then we are all used to preservative, the juice we drink. So you're going to share something on
Yeah.
that.
So see,
Seasonal wise, we
Yeah.
want to just talk about
Sure.
4 seasons and the juices.
No. So I am of the opinion that eat the fruit,
Right. Not the juice.
not the juice, preferably.
Yes.
If you're an adult especially, because 1 glass of juice will be 4 fruits together minus the fiber, so that
Yeah,
will
the fiber content, this is why I brought it up.
So if you have the juice, then the glycemic index, obviously there'll be insulin release. So having juice is definitely not preferable as compared to fruit. But having said that, if you must have juice, then obviously homemade is the way to go.
True.
It's the easiest thing to do at home. You don't need to buy everything in packet.
So I think it's thanks to you, Kavita. And do you want to add anything about the Mind Diaries? Seema Kumarji is there, so
No,
you want to
so
say anything
it's a
about
lovely
it?
concept, and I was not aware. I'm sorry about the magazine, but now I am. So I'm really happy that there is a magazine which is talking about mental health. Much needed, much needed. And even more happy that she decided to include food as part of the celebration today, because food is a very important part of our mental health, and not many people understand that. So I'm very happy about
And
that.
lastly, we want to know where the people who are watching this video on the YouTube, where they can reach you.
Okay.
So you want to share
So
some
I'm there on
links.
social media everywhere. I'm there on Instagram, I'm there on Twitter, I'm there on
You can share your
Facebook.
social handles.
It's Kavita Devgan. You'll find it very
Devgan,
easily.
how do you spell it? D-E-V...
Kavita
Yes.
Devgan. So it's not GUN.
Yeah.
It's GAN.
Exactly.
So I'm there on Twitter, I'm there on Insta, I'm there on Facebook, and my DMs, direct messaging is open. So anybody who wants to get in touch with me just needs to send me a
I
message.
think it's lovely talking to you, ma'am, and we'll, I think, have a series of podcasts with you in the future.
Sure,
So thank you,
anytime.
Sanjay Agrawal signing off. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Take your number.